Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this January 25th, 2020. And that means this is always a special weekend up in Caruthersville, which is I know how long it takes me to get there. I'm not sure about Ron Wong, though. I mean, he knows a shortcut.
Ron always gets fast.
An hour and 40 minutes.
An hour and 40 minutes. That was Wong.
And that is at 72 miles an hour on the interstate.
You've never driven 72 on the interstate.
Cooksy. Now look at this. It's 3-1 against you, Ron. You're going to have to come up with something else. Hey, Ron is up at the Grizzly Jig Spring Show, which just to say the word spring makes me feel better, because it gets you fired up. It is an event that's been going on for a long time, and who better to have on with Ron up there is Wade Mansfield.
Yes,
so it's
sir.
good to have Wade. Good morning, Wade.
Good morning. How y'all?
Oh, we're doing great. Now, take care of Wong up there, okay?
I will. I assure you, I'll have to have some food ready.
He'd waste away in a heartbeat.
Yeah, we didn't get 2 minutes into Wong's segment and word food came up.
Yeah.
It's like that. Ron, describe what it's like up there, and then we'll kind of talk to Wade a little bit about the company itself and the remarkable history of it. But
first of all, this morning, Saturday morning.
Yes. 1 hour and 40 minutes from Memphis.
You still have time to get to Caruthersville and have breakfast with Wally Marshall. He's buying breakfast this morning. We got to talk food. He's going to have biscuits and gravy.
Oh, there we go.
He's going to have donuts,
coffee.
Yeah.
All right.
And this is all to get this big Saturday started here at Grizzly Jigs. And they're going to have seminars this afternoon. I've already been talking with a lot of the pros that are here. Jason McDuffie with B&M showing off the new stick.
Yes, yes, the stick. I saw that. Yeah.
Come by here and show you the money.
Oh, that's that voice that you heard. He knows money. That's they wouldn't do this if they didn't try to make some money. But let's switch over, Ron, because you've talked about the event itself. Let's talk to Wade about the reason that you guys do this, Wade, because it's almost like a reunion every year. So tell our listeners out there a little bit of what they expect. Ron's talked about the food, of course, kicking off this morning with a breakfast with Wally Marshall. Who can eat the most, Wally or Ron? We'll have that competition starting here soon. But talk about the event itself and what it means to you and your dad, Louie, and the family.
Well, it means a lot to us. It brings a lot of business into Caruthersville. It's a small town. But, really over the years it's become – more about fellowship of the crappie fishermen.
That's right.
We've got people here from California to South Carolina. It's just unbelievable weekend. And the biggest thing is the amount of seminars and the amount of pros.
Yeah.
Even B&M has stepped up. I know they have to have at least 20 pros here.
Really?
Just hanging out with everybody,
Gracious.
showing them rods and different techniques and all that. And it's all that information is free.
And that's the main. You've
That
already
is
said
the main
food.
goal.
Now comes my other favorite word, and that's free. And it's been that way. Ron, you've been to a lot of how many times have y'all had this? When did it start? You remember?
We've been doing it for about 20 years.
Wow.
Back when Lou and them were the actual head guys here, but officially we've been saying about 17.
That's amazing, Ron. And you've seen the way the things. And I will say this: crappie anglers, pro crappie anglers, don't mind answering questions, do they, Ron?
No.
Absolutely. They are. They want you to ask questions, how to do this and how to do that.
Yeah.
And, I'll have to say, too, over the next 2 days, for you that are getting ready to go crappie fishing or cat fishing, it's a great time to be here. There's a lot of hot deals going on here. Just like the people with Crappie Magnet, Fin Spin. They're giving away a free jar of slab bites, a brand new crappie bait out for every purchase you make of one of their products. I mean, how can you go wrong?
and
I mean,
Wade, when you hear this and you hear Ron, because I know Ron, Ron loves these kind of events because he is the people person that he is. But talk about the camaraderie and also a little bit about how this thing has expanded over the years. And we got to get an update on what's going on with the expansion of the company building
the new
itself.
building.
Yeah, tell us what's going on with that.
We're hoping to be in there about the end of July, 1st of August.
Okay.
We would have loved to have it ready by this time starting the show, but, it just wasn't there. We didn't want to push it because we didn't want to open it up until we had everything just right. But it's going to make it better, for all the people coming in. There are a lot of people that love to come to the show, but it gets so thick in here on Saturdays that it's just you really don't get that one-on-one time with all the pros and stuff.
Well,
and,
the new building's how much?
It'll take care of that.
Yeah, how big? Now, give us a comparison now.
The building itself is 133,000 square feet.
Wow.
It's a double wow. Well,
and the best thing about it is there's not much parking in Crothersville at this location, but at the other location we have a parking lot that will handle all that.
I mean, that sounds like a Boeing warehouse or something.
It does, yeah. The crappie place. And now, so the current building is how big?
You're probably talking about total with the upstairs and everything, probably about 30 to 40,000 square feet.
And you tell me some company that's not that's expansion right
doubt.
there. An expansion right there. And, Ron, you were talking about, and I think Wade might have mentioned it too, when you think back over the years, at least 20 pros there, and I think that shows the growth of crappie fishing, not only popularity, it's been there, but now the exposure, right, Ron?
Right.
Oh, absolutely. And, that's what we was talking about was just the 20 pros from the B&M pole.
That's
just from
one
B&M
manufacturer. That's
just from
just
B&M
one company
rods.
that stepped up.
One company. I mean, there's some other pros there. A lot of good friends that I've known over the years. They're here to show the other line of rods. I mean, there's a huge line of Mr. Crappie rods. Wayne Marshall's here. Todd Huckabee with his rods are here. It's amazing. This is the only store in the U.S. that has well over. How many thousand rods do you guys display?
Oh, there's no telling. I mean, I kind of lost count. I mean, I know we broke it down for just the catfish.
Now I see my man.
Over 3,000.
3,000.
Here I am.
3,000.
Jack Wade is already here. Jack with B&M is here this morning. He's getting ready for breakfast too.
Jack Wells.
And Jack Wells is here in the house.
It's not a look-alike. You sure it's not? You sure it's not a look-alike? It's not. It's really him. So.
It's really him.
Okay.
Say hi to him, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Jack. Larry Ray here, buddy. You got you on the line. I want people to know that B&M is not just that company that puts out great products, but they're also a company that when you need a helping hand, I can always count on. When we had our Christmas giveaway, Jack, I can't tell you the guy that won that prize, a rod and reel and a cap. I saw him at a function the other night. He had the cap on. He said he would have the rod and reel if he'd get it in his pocket. But I just wanted to thank you, Jack. Thank you, man.
Thanks for everything you do.
All right, buddy. Okay.
Thanks, Larry.
All right. And 20 pros, Wade, you can look at this thing and your dad, the way this thing started and where it's come right now. This is it's at the same time of year, right?
Yes, it's always the week before the Super Bowl. It's been like that forever.
And you guys, when your dad started and everything like that, did you ever envision this?
No, I never pictured that many people. I remember when we did our first little, which we called it a sportsman's night out. I think we had 3 crappie pros and probably had 100 people in for the weekend.
Well, folks, I'm telling you, it's an hour and 40 minutes. If you get behind Ron Wong, you might get there quicker in his tailwind, but you can get on.
If you're
up.
in Jackson, it's even faster to get there.
Yeah, you folks in Jackson and Brownsville, you can take off.
Jump on 412.
Hey, it's only an hour.
Yeah, it's only an hour. So what's the hours today then, Wade? Saturday?
7 to 5.
What time?
7 to 5.
7 to 5, and so we're right on the target here. Breakfast will be this morning, Wally Marshall and everything else. And then Sunday, what would the time be on Sunday?
9 to 5.
9 to 5, and folks, you'll think, well, I don't know how to find it. Just follow the pickup trucks, okay?
There you go.
Pick them up like that, okay, and do that. Hey, guys, thank you, Wade. Glad to have Ron up here. Ron, we're going to talk with you a little bit later in the show. Who we got coming up later in the show, Ron?
Hey, we got the Strike King B&M Pro, Tim Blackley, with us here later on in the show. We can't wait to talk to him.
No. We'll talk a little real foot crappie fishing, I guarantee you, with Tim. All right, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you in a little while, okay?
All right.
Ron Wong on the beat. In his element, isn't he?
Absolutely. I know he's happy to have shows starting again.
Well, I know you spent some time like I have over the years.
That's right.
These things, and there's no more down-to-earth person than Louis Mansfield.
No. Matter of fact, I need to get up there because I have a rod they gave me at a DU event 23 years ago.
Come on.
I've got to replace it. It's my favorite jigging pole, and over the years, 1 inch at a time, I've broken that tip down to the point it's more like a ultralight spinning rod than a jig pole. You know,
be there in an hour from Jackson.
I've got to run up there and get a new one from them.
Yeah, get a new one from you.
23 years, it's about time.
I think it's time. 23 years, boy. All right, let's take a break. Shelby McCall has got one finger up, and I think that means let's take a break. So we're going to take a break, come right back, and, hey, we're going to talk a little fishing. We're going to talk Bassmaster Classic. And you got to realize how this young man earned a spot in the Bassmaster Classic and what he's doing to his boat on the way. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry.